Shh. But I've got a little secret. I love photography. I really do. And I'd love to be able to make a living in that field. Or for that matter, I'd love to be able to make a living doing anything that I love to do. Now, secretly, I sometimes wish I could be a photographer and capture the moment, as they say. I mean, it would be fine with me if all I was doing was photographing strangers on the street, from all walks of life. Or it could even be, taking pictures of sandwiches or drinks or other food items for restaurants, for menus and such, as long as I was capturing the moment. Now, as a matter of fact, looking at these, my mouth is kind of watering right now. And that's kind of the point, I think. To be honest, it wouldn't really matter to me if I was only photographing rocks and streams. It wouldn't matter as long as I was getting paid to do something that I love, and I got the satisfaction of being able to capture the moment. Sure, I'd love to travel the world and photograph some of the large and wild animals, elephants or tigers or something like that. Yeah, that would be fun too. And to tell you the truth, I've really kind of wanted to be a celebrity photographer. Now, I don't mean the kind of, like the paparazzi that run around and chase after the celebrities. Not that kind, but rather, I mean this kind of photography. I want to mix and mingle with the rich and famous and really capture the beauty. Yeah, to showcase the world's most famous personalities and to do so as they truly are. To capture the moment. The truth is, whether it's stunning black and white or in vivid, full, bright color, sometimes it takes a special kind of photographer to actually capture the moment in a way that tells a specific story. And as we look through these pics, I'm trying to show you that some of these types of moments that the creative personality has been able to capture. I really wish I could take snapshots like these. I mean, it truly is an art form on its own. Getting the positioning and the props and the lighting just right, and having an eye for detail, and to be a perfectionist of sorts, making sure everything is just so. Yeah, I wish I could do that, but to be honest, I can't. It's just not what I do. But some people can. Okay, stop. Now here's the point. Some of those photographs that you've just seen are not really photographs at all. Some are what we call images. That's what the pros call them, images. And I just randomly mixed a few in there. Whether it's real, or whether it's a photorealistic painting, or a photorealistic drawing, or a photorealistic computer-generated image, CGI, it's hard to tell. Some of the photographs that you've just seen are not really photographs at all. Okay, so maybe you spotted a few of them, but most of us, or most people out there, probably didn't. And they didn't catch them all. And that means that we can all be fooled. Now, if you don't believe me, okay, this time I'll show you two pics at the same time of the same person. Now, one is an artistic impression, and one is the real McCoy. Let's see if you can spot the difference, now that you know that you're looking for a difference to begin with. Now, I promise that there is a method to my madness and a reason for the method. So, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Can you see the difference now? Can you see how one image is better than the other? How one stands out and one is not quite right? Now you are aware that there is something to look for. So now you are more awake and looking more closely at these images. You are scanning for anomalies and things that just don't look right and feel right and make sense. Whatever it is, but now you're more focused than you were before. So can you spot the difference? Can you tell which one is real and which one is an artistic impression? Sometimes it's pretty hard to tell, but sometimes it's not, right? Sometimes you can tell. Do you see it? All right, stop. Now here's the real point of this video. What if I told you that every single solitary image that you've seen so far, every photograph, every picture that you've seen in this video, every single last one of them, all of them, are actually all either photorealistic paintings, photorealistic drawings, or photorealistic CGI. And not one of them was a real photograph out of a camera at all. Not one of them. And again, I mean all of them that you've just seen in this whole video. Every single one, bar none, is an artistic rendition. Now, some are more realistic than others, but all of these images are not real. All of them come from somebody's imagination, their head. Not one of these are real. Can you believe it? Some were done with pencil, some were done with ink, some were done with paint, and some were created with keystrokes and pixels. And you probably didn't know it until I told you. Many of them could pass for real photographs and no one would ever be the wiser. So now, what do you think when you see this series of images from NASA? These are of Earth, supposedly taken from space. Now take a close look, take a long look at them. They are all slightly different, and one is very noticeably, massively different, showing the United States roughly, twice as big as the others. These pale blue dot spheres are not photographs, but they're images from imagination. And NASA even admits to them being, quote, images, end quote. And what it boils down to upon investigation is just about everything that NASA does in the public eye is completely bogus, and it's meant to keep all of us in the dark about what is really going on above us and where we really are. Now, at least one of the real reasons for faking the space program and the Apollo moon landings was to actually fake going high enough so they could pretend to get a picture of the entire Earth at one time from space, to cement the proof, according to them, that we live on a globe floating in space. Now, many also contend that there was another reason at the same time to sell us on a supposed fictitious idea of Antarctica actually being an island continent at the bottom of the world, while there are many people that suggest it is not an island continent at the bottom of the world. And they are not the only ones responsible for scamming us. No, there's a vast spider web for sure, but that's a story for another day. For now, I just wanted the viewers of this video to be aware that the people that provide the physical or photographic proof of where we live and actually dictate how we perceive reality, they're known hoaxers, grifters, con men, con women, liars, thieves, movie makers, prop builders, illusionists, high-altitude plane tricksters, and swimming pool acrobats, along with the rest of their private club. They're deceiving the world. Now, I can't totally tell you what's really going on above us, and maybe they are up to something real and tangible, and I'm certainly even not suggesting that they're not doing anything. I think they are doing something, but they're just not doing what they're showing us. And how would we know if we can't tell a picture from a photograph, from a painting, from a CGI, from an illustration? Now, obviously, this is just a tease, and it's not meant to be definitive proof of anything. It's just hopefully supposed to spark somebody's interest and give you a possible reason to look into our presented reality a little bit closer.